Well, let's cross to the UK now, where all the attention is centred on Prince Harry's visit to London.
Prince Harry is heading back to the UK, but this time he'll be going solo. After reporting
originally in wanting to bring Meghan and his two children on this trip with him, despite
Instagram. They were expected to travel to his homeland for their first visit in 4 years.
Reunion is on the horizon, with the possibility Prince Harry will reunite with his father, King Charles.
The news understands that the Duchess of Sussex and her children will not be travelling to London with Prince Harry.
Does anyone actually know where Prince Harry is staying when he lands in London? Due back in Britain. But, once again, his return is being overshadowed by the row.
We then had a counter briefing from Buckingham Palace saying there had been an invitation extended, but Harry missed the deadline.
Focus then, Prince Harry has arrived in UK for a 5-day visit ahead of next year's Invictus Games for wounded veterans.
Touchdown here in the UK. He was offered accommodation behind me here at Buckingham Palace.
But he will not, so Meghan, Archie and Lily will not be travelling with Harry when he comes to London.
during the London portion of the visit. Arrangements for the remainder of the visit are still under consideration.
Of Sussex Instagram. They were expected to travel to his homeland for their first visit in 4 years.
This is always going to be a crown divided unless there's certain resolutions take place.
Over his arrival time and where he might be staying, they are being kept tightly under wraps.
That's expected, so he'll be expected to be attending that in some form. And then he's also here to mark celebrations around the Invictus game.
Changed by that service deserve more than our gratitude. They deserve opportunity.
To London, he changed his mind and asked to stay at a royal residence on his own.
Rumours that they're in the south of France. It's not difficult to get over here. There's space to land a helicopter in there. Then they can come over.
Prince Harry landed in London alone. No Meghan, no Archie, no Lilibet, and within 24 hours, he lost. This wasn't the return he planned. Harry's team had mapped out a full family visit. 5 days, London and Birmingham, counting down to the 2027 Invictus Games. Then the Royal and VIP Executive Committee said no. Ravik rejected taxpayer-funded armed protection for his family in London. No security, no visit. Harry came alone. His offer to stay at Buckingham Palace, a small gesture from his father, was withdrawn just before the biggest moment of the week. And Tuesday, Justice Matthew Nicklin delivered his verdict in Harry's privacy case against the Daily Mail's publisher. It didn't go his way. Subscribe to Royal Archives for more. This is the closest Harry has come to home in months. His last UK visit was September 2025, a brief meeting with King Charles at Clarence House, the first time father and son had spoken face-to-face in over a year. Before that, the last time the family was together in Britain at all was the Platinum Jubilee, June 2022. Charles hasn't seen his grandchildren in person since. The Queen was still alive then. Months later, she was gone. And with her went something no one's replaced. The one person both sides of this family still showed up for, no matter what. Harry's return this week happened without her, without his wife, without his children. Just him. Walking back into a country that used to have a reason to bring everyone together. Security has been the fight since 2020. When Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties and moved to North America. Reports describe Charles offering Harry accommodation for the visit, but not the security guarantee Harry actually needed. When Ravik said no to armed protection, Harry was reportedly devastated. Charles wants to see his grandchildren. He's reportedly not willing to override Ravik to make that happen, even as his own health struggles reportedly deepen the frustration inside the palace over how long this standoff has dragged on. Harry lost a legal challenge over his security arrangements last year, and afterwards said it was impossible to bring his family to the UK safely under the current setup. And in his own words from a May 2025 BBC interview, "I can't see a world where I would be bringing my wife and kids back to the UK at this point." This week, that world showed up right on schedule. Then came Tuesday. While Harry sat inside Chatham House for the Invictus Games Foundation's 14th conversation, Justice Nicklin's ruling landed by email. No hearing required. Harry lost his case against Associated Newspapers. He'd accused the publisher's journalists of unlawfully obtaining private information, including a private investigator, allegedly caught on tape, admitting to unlawfully blagging Baroness Lawrence, and another accused of selling a young woman's British Airways ticketing details for payment. That second claim was about Chelsea Davy, Harry's former girlfriend, tracked down after a trip to a ranch in Argentina. Nicklin ruled against Harry on that specific point, accepting evidence that Davy's correct name spelling came from ranch contacts, not from BA. Harry didn't hold back. He called the ruling a complete and obvious whitewash, accusing the judge of ignoring evidence from parallel hacking cases he'd already won against News Group newspapers and Mirror Group newspapers. He pointed to specific examples he says prove wrongdoing. "We came to court seeking justice and accountability," he said, "but we have received neither." He called the outcome shocking and totally unwarranted. That statement went out within hours of the loss, and then he still had to stand up in front of a packed room. His voice was reportedly shaky when he took the stage at Chatham House. He didn't address the ruling directly. He stuck to his script. He made a joke about the UK heat wave. "One of the only rooms with air conditioning," he said, which is why every seat was full. People laughed. Then he said what he'd actually come to say. "What brings us together is far more important than what sets us apart. Each country represented here is writing its own chapter." No mention of the court loss, no mention of the empty seats where his family should have been. Just Invictus, just the mission. That's the split this week revealed. Harry the litigant lost badly and said so. Publicly, immediately, angrily. Harry the founder stood in front of veterans and held it together completely. Two versions of the same 5 days, and neither one had his family standing next to him. There's reportedly friction on the other side of this, too. William has reportedly grown irritated at his father's efforts to welcome Harry back at all. A tension that sits underneath every headline about accommodation offers and security committees. None of it is Harry's fight directly, but it shapes the room he's walking back into. A palace that can't fully agree on how much door to open, even as Harry stands outside it alone. The family may still join him, but reportedly only outside London, away from the security dispute entirely. 6 years ago, Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet arriving alongside him at every stop would have been the whole story. Now the story is where they're allowed to be and where they're not. Ravek's decision made that call for him, and the person who might once have found a way to smooth all of this over, who brought both sides of this family into a room together as recently as 2022, the same year she died, isn't here to do it anymore, so Harry walked it alone. The court loss, the withdrawn palace stay, the Chatham House stage, a brother reportedly unhappy he's even here. No queen to soften any of it. No family beside him to make it easier. Just a 5-day trip that was supposed to be about Invictus, and instead became a referendum on how alone he actually is when he comes home. What happens if his family joins him outside London? And whether Charles gets any time at all with the grandchildren he hasn't seen since 2022 is still unresolved. That's the next chapter. This one just ended with Harry standing on a stage by himself, saying the right things while everything around him said something very different.